Hi guys, it's Moz here and we're going into part 2 of this Tiger 1 starter set series. Today we're going to talk about the tools, preparing the model and building it. So guys, if you've not downloaded this before you start guide, I recommend you do that. There is a link in the description box below and we can go through everything that you need to get building this model. First off, we're going to look at the tools you're going to need to build this kit. You will need a nail file or some sanding paper. You can also use a metal file, some tweezers. You can even use tweezers from a makeup set, like these little ones. Scissors. You need scissors to cut the decal sheet, and also you can use these to cut the plastic. Some side cutters or clippers. You can get these from any DIY shop. Masking tape. Now this is used by decorators to trim up some edges, but anything papery with some stickiness to it can be used. And some clothes pegs. You may need this for keeping pieces together while the glue or the cement sets. Once you've got these items, keep them close by because you're going to need them for building this model. As a bonus item, if you have one, you can use a sharp knife which will help clean up the parts. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, would you mind just clicking subscribe and then also clicking the bell and then select all, and you will not miss another video from this channel. During the manufacturing process, sometimes some release agent is used on the tooling to help with the removal of the molded parts, and you have to get rid of this. So what we do is we get a container, put in some detergent or washing up liquid, and we give the parts a wash. Then place the parts on a tea towel, dab off the excess, then allow to dry. Let's have a quick look at the instructions that come with the Tiger 1 starter set. On the first page, we call these diagrams sprue trees. So basically you are seeing the pictures of the sprues and just letting you know what parts are on which sprue and their number. So on the top of this page you have some symbols on how, and this will help you with building the kit. So if you see a white circle with letter and a number in, the letter is the frame and the number is the part. If there's a black circle with X2 in it, that means you repeat the process. A triangle with the blue cement there means you've glued the part. If it's got a line through that symbol, it means do not glue. A black round symbol with a question mark means optional parts, and you get a square box with some numbers and the color paintbrush. That is the paint color. So for instance, on the back page, so if you see 53 here with the paintbrush, that means that you use the paint in this pot here, which has the number 53 on it. Each step will show you how the parts go together. It will also show you the sprue tree and which parts you need to cut off the sprue tree, and then underneath that is how it should look when this is all cemented together. The blue line is where you put the cement on this kit. Inside the bag is the 3 paints that you need and the cement. Cut this open with some scissors. We should put these paints to one side because what we need to use is this poly cement, and we will show you how to use this using a cocktail stick. So grab your box and then cut a piece from it using the scissors. We will use that to put the cement on whilst we build the kit. With the part in front of us, we can then use the sprue tree map to see which parts we need. So these are black, so we need to cut those pieces off the sprue. They are numbered A2, A1 and A3. So we need frame A there, and we need number 1, which is that one there because there's a number 1 right next to it. We need number 2, which is that one there, and number 3. To cut the sprues off using a pair of side cutters, we cut just so that there's a little bit left on the part. And then that comes off the sprue. We get your nail file now, and we just carefully sand off the little nub that's left until it's flat. Run your finger down just to make sure that it's flush. You can also use a file for this. Or if you don't have them, a bit of sandpaper just to rub up the ends. Now the part has been cleaned up, you can now do this with every part that you cut off the sprue. Here you can see there's these little tabs on these parts. Just trim these off. These are injection pin nodes. These are used just to give this part a bit more of an extra push. Just trim these off. Now these parts have been cut and sanded, ready, we can now do what we call dry fit, where we dry fit something to make sure it all looks proper and fits properly. So you can see that the part there looks like that. So that piece will go on here. You can see that the parts fit really nice. So now we can add some cement. Get your little piece of cardboard and then put some of the cement on that piece of card, and then we need to apply glue to this piece down here. So little cocktail stick, load up the cocktail stick with some cement, and then carefully place it on the edge. Bring the part up and then gently fit it into position like so. Make sure it's in the recesses and then just hold it for a few seconds just to let the cement start to do its magic. And then you can do the other side. If you see any excess, get your cocktail stick and just gently just wipe it up. And there you go. And then you can leave that to dry, and then we can move on to the next section. This is stage 2, so we now need this part here, number 5 on frame A, and number 4 also on frame A. So we see that number 4, so we can see that number 4, and that one there is number 5. So now these two pieces have been sanded and all the nubs removed, and these are now ready to be applied using the same technique as before with the cement. Look at the instructions, see where the glue needs to go, and then place it, dry fit first, and then put the glue where the blue marks are here. I would also put a little bit of glue here, just on the edge. Now here, place a little bit of masking tape on the model just to help it stay in position. And there you go. The front section, again, make sure the fit is good, like so. And then we put some glue just there on the edge. And there you go. The first 2 steps all done. Now we move on to step 3, which is this piece here, number 6, just there. That's the piece we need, frame A, number 6. So, all sanded up, ready to go. Again, we dry fit. And we can see that it's all in position there. We can now cement this in. Now the blue marks are showing. Glue on the underside of there, and a glue on that little shelf on the back. So glue in those 2 positions there. And again, you put the front in first and then just lower it down on the back. And there you are. That's basically the first 3 steps of this build done. So now we're on to step 4, and it's more of the same really. You go to the sprue and you cut out those pieces there, which is A7 and A8. Cut them up with the sprue and then give them a clean. So there we go, A7 and A8. Just on the side, you can see that the cement is actually gone dry. It's dried up here, so I'm able to take it off the card and put fresh cement down. You don't need a lot of cement. Cocktail stick in hand, we then pick up the part and then we do exactly the same again. We dry fit to make sure that it all looks good, and then we glue where it tells you on the instructions. So it looks like there's a ridge there, so on this top ridge here we're going to place some cement. And then we fit it to the side. There's the first side done, and basically it's a case of rinse and repeat. And there you go, that's basically the body of the model made. I'm quite pleased with that. I hope you're pleased. If you're following along, I hope you're pleased too. Now it's time to get onto the fiddly stuff, and I recommend this time you get yourself your tweezers out, whether you've got like a pair like this, or you've gone to your girlfriend's makeup drawer and grabbed these beauties here for eyebrows. This time we're onto frame B. You can see frame B there, and we need number 12 and number 18 on the picture there. So from this sort of angle, you're going to be needing number 12, and number 18. Now, as you can see, we've got some more of these injection pin lugs here that needs to be removed when you take this part off the sprue. The part 18, where you want to cut, is right there. You see that little notch there? You want to cut that there, because if you go too far, then it's got to be a flat piece there. It has to be very flat. You see the hose at the back, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pick up the part and make sure it fits nicely, and there you go, and it is. So now it's dry fitted in, we can put a little bit of cement just inside. Double check again which way it goes. So that goes up, get your tweezers and then push them in. There you go. There's the first piece in. On the back, on the little, let's say you put one on the pin there, one on the pin, and then again tweezers, 2 in, them 2 there, so this will go into there. Perfect. You could even just dab that down into the glue and put them also into the 2 holes which are there and there. There you go. Perfect. We are going to bypass this part here, number 6, because really we want to keep these parts off this model so that we can paint them. So we're going to add these after we've done a paint job. So number 6 we don't do at the moment. We're going to go on to number 7 just to put these 2 parts on, and then we're going to build the turret. So we're going to need number 17 and number 19, that part there, number 17, and then also this part here, number 19. So we're going to put number 19 dry fit to see if it fits in there, which is lovely, and then we will, whoops, just notice a little bit more sanding required. Be very careful with these parts, because if you drop them into your carpet you will struggle to find them again. So that's in position. Into the cement we'll place this, make sure it's the right way round, and then we will put that into position there. Same with this piece, make sure it's the right way round, put it into the cement, find the position, carefully put it into position, like so. Okay, step number 8 is the turret, and we're going to be needing number 5, number 4, number 1 and number 2. So on this here we can see we've got B1, B2, B4 and B5. Those are the bits we need. So these little pieces now have been sanded up, cleaned up, ready, and we need to be very careful here, because you do not put glue on these parts here. You be very careful how you glue this together, because this should be able to swing once it's in position. So looking at the instructions, we dry fit again using the location pins. These are called locating pins here, which is cool. That goes onto there, and then this should fit in there. This is going to be a bit fiddly. And there you go. That's what it looks like dry fitted. So now we need to put all this together. But now this is all in position. That should be moving. And the gap isn't so bad now. And you notice that the locating pin holes here and the locating pins are fat and thin. So you need to make sure you put them on the right way round to fit that in there. And there you go. That's the top half of the turret made. Just make sure it's pointed forwards just a little bit so you don't get the glue. So the glue that's gone just in that edge there will make it stick shut, if you know what I mean. So you won't be able to make it move. So just push it forward a little bit, and that should protect it from gluing together. Now we're on to step 9, and we're going to be needing parts 3 and part 6. So B3 will go on the top, and B6 will go on the side, about there to cover that join, I hope. So looking where the glue goes, it's mostly on the shed here, on the inside shelf, so we'll glue inside there. and it's saying there's a little bit to go there for that piece there. So then this should go on top. Overlaps, and it goes, perfect. And then we need to put some glue, I presume, on top to go there, perfect. And what I am going to do is put a little bit of glue on this edge here. That's better. And there you go, that's the turret all glued together now. So now we're just going to add some more pieces to this. We're going to need B10 and also B11, and I'm going to put these parts in, but I'm going to leave B8 off because we're going to have to paint that. And then there's the turret as well that we need to put together. That looks about right, doesn't it? First piece in. And finally that little piece there is in position, and that still moves. Now we need a piece here. We also need the piece there for the end of the barrel. And there's the end done. So there is the turret all complete. So you've got your body there, and you've also got your turret. Now you need step number 11 now, after you've done the turret, which is number 10. This one here, number 11, where you pick up frame seat, which is the tracks and the gearing. But I suggest we just cut them off and clean them, because we're going to paint them and then we're going to glue them together. Then we're going to glue them to the body. And that's as far as we're going to go to in this video. We have basically built the model almost ready for completion. All we have to do now is paint the little pieces that are left, do the tracks, paint the turret, paint the body, paint in the little tools that are on side, add a little bit of colour, and then after a final assembly we can then put the decals on. But that's all coming in the next video. If you like this video, click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that bell, and you won't miss the next video in this series. Any questions, any comments, put them in the box below, because I do reply, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.